snow's coming off the side. Oh, that's fine. That's what it's there for. Woo-wee. It was 1 this morning, folks.
Minus 11, no, minus 16 this morning, the wind chill.
Minus 16 wind chill this morning.
We got ice on the inside.
Yeah. Ice on the door. But look here.
We got beets and we got corn.
I think the lettuce got bit back a little bit.
Look at this.
Let's see what we got under here. Oh yeah.
Fine.
Well.
No, they're fine.
Maybe.
They're not limp. They're firm.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, they're good.
We'll see.
It's supposed to be warmer tonight.
Snow's coming off. We got one more night of real cold. I think it's supposed to get to 7 tonight. But you can see the lettuce got it. The romaine got it. The beets look pretty good. I'm surprised.
Beets are fine.
We were down to, oh gosh, what was it yesterday? We were down in the single digits. We were down to 3 yesterday.
It was warm this morning.
I think it's 12 right now. But yeah, we made it. Well, I don't know. They might be cooked.
No, they're firm.
Nah, I think they're cooked.
No, I don't think.
Yep, I think they are.
I think they're fine.
Yep, they look good now. Give them a day. I'm not so sure. But that's not what I come out here for. I came out here for another thing we got going this time. It's time to start thinking ahead a little bit. It's gonna warm up, so we'll be out here next week. But I need that back there. And you know, if I'm getting pots out, it's time. It's time to start planting. And here's what we need right there, I think. Yeah, that's it. I'm going back in the house. All right, well, it's time to get started. We just had our big snowstorm, we had our big chill, and we had our ice storm yesterday. And so I got some dirt and some trays. You saw I got these trays out of the greenhouse. We're going to plant onions. And onions and carrots have been the 2 things that have always troubled me. And I just can't seem to get them right. So, done some research and done some things, and you know, onions are funny. They're hard to get germinated. They're hard to get started. Carrots are the same way. But last year I grew some Japanese long stem bunching onions, and I'll show you a picture of those. That was a picture of some vegetables that we'd picked to take to the farmer's market. And those onions were the long stem, and when we planted them, we planted a bunch of seeds together. And it kind of made me start thinking about how we plant onions. And I always planted them in fact, my first video that I ever done on YouTube was on planting onions. And I planted one little seed in each tray, and we got a few onions, but we didn't have much success. So when I planted those long bunching onions last spring, it kind of got me thinking, how do we buy onions? I bought my onion sets last year from one of the national companies. Everybody knows them. I'm not going to give them any advertisement, any free advertisement. If they want to sponsor me, I will. Kidding. But anyway, I spent over $100 last year on onions. Now, we grew a lot of onions. If you go back and look at our gardening videos from last spring, last summer, we had a lot of onions. We sold a lot of onions. We kept a lot of onions. We used a lot of onions. So I thought, I'm going to figure out if we buy them in bunches, and they'll grow in bunches, why can't we plant onion seeds in bunches? And when I got to thinking about that, I went and started looking for some videos, and I wished I knew where I saw this video. I've looked and I cannot find it. There was a lady and she grew onions in trays just about like this. And what I really liked about it was the fact that she grew them all. She just dumped the seeds in here basically, and that's what we're going to do here in a minute. But she grew them all in a bunch. But when she pulled those onions out, I mean, we buy them in a bundle. They got a rubber band or a string around them. We just take and pull them apart and put them in the ground. And that's exactly what she did. But what really got me thinking about this is when she pulled those onions out of that tray, those roots were about that long. The most important thing you can do for a plant is to get a good root system to where it can feed itself. The onions that we buy are half dried out down at the feed store, or the ones that we get from the national company. They're usually about half dried out when they get there, and they got about that much root on the bottom of them. So I thought, she's onto something. I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to plant onions this year in bunches instead of going and buying them, spending $100. I think I spent $120 last year on onions. When I can buy a set of, when I can buy seeds in a package. So I've already got the onion seeds. I'm going to show you what I'm planting. I got these from Seeds and Such. These are the hybrid candy onion. I got that from them. Ordered these a month ago. And these are the Sierra Blanca. I believe these are a white onion. And then I got these from Lazy Dog Farm. Chianti. And it says short date, but I've looked them up. These are red onions. And I think they're intermediate day as well. But those red onions that he had are monsters. So those are the three that we're going to start with. We're going to plant them. We're going to put them in my latest creation, a germination chamber that I've come up with. But today we're just going to plant them. We're going to show the procedure to plant them and see if we can get some onions going. Carrots are next. But I'm going to try to start getting these things ready. It's January the 20th. Isn't it the 20th today? She's not listening to me.
23rd.
23rd? Yeah, she was listening. I think it's January 23rd. We're about a week behind. I really wanted to do this about a week ago, but we didn't get it done. So let me get you set up and we'll show you how we're gonna do this. Here's the pot we're gonna use. Reach over here and get us some potting soil. This stuff is this Pro Mix that I've got. It was pretty good last year, but it's got some big chunks in it. I'm not real crazy about that. Alright, the first one we're going to do is the Sierra Blanca. Like I say, we're not going to go crazy with our seed, but we're going to do about like that right there, I think. And I'll press them in a little bit. Maybe spread them out a little. Cover them all. And then we're going to get some vermiculite. Cover that lightly. We don't want to go crazy with it, but that'll settle in pretty good when we get water on it. So we're going to water these in, and we're going to put them in the germination chamber, and hopefully I have germinated lettuce in 3 days in this germination chamber. I haven't tried anything else basically yet, just kind of been experimenting with it, but that's what we're going to do. We're going to plant our onions. That's the way we're going to do it. All right, here's what we ended up with. Only planted half of the candies and half of the Sierra Blancas, the white ones, because I had 800 seeds. I think I'm going to wait 2 weeks and succession plant, and there was only 200 seeds in those red ones back there. So that's all we had of those, so we only got 3 deals out of those, but let's go put them in the germination chamber.